27, 28, so they are rather young. Okay, they are rather young at the age of 27 and 28. And if they are to go into marriage without going through parenting course and immediately the children, they will not know how to take care of the children. And without attending such parenting courses and getting into marriage and have children, they will have conflict with the wife later on in life. So it is better that the man attend the parenting courses first before marriage so that they understand what they are going through before they get into the marriage, and they should know what to expect during the marriage.
Switch.
Okay.
Switch.
Yeah, so I think Josephine mentioned that these days 27 to 28 is considered young. But what if the 27, 28 man was married to a 17, 18 woman? So everything is not absolute. There can be every case is different. So my point is, age doesn't matter. Yeah, it's actually, we are all born humans and there are a certain amount of maternal and paternal instinct in us. What we have to do is act on our instincts. Like example, if you have a kid, your kid cross the road, definitely your maternal and paternal instincts will kick in and hold a child across the road. Yeah, what I mean? So in the sense that, do we need parenting course? I really don't think so. Parenting course are really for these days, the younger generation, whereby they attend classes most of their education years, high school,
Switch.
primary school.
Switch.
Okay, first, I think we have to understand what are parenting courses. Parenting courses are not that kind of, I think, basic skills that you're talking about, bringing a kid across the road. So I think there's more to a parenting courses. It's more like looking after a child, looking after their needs, understand what the kids really need. Even simple things like, I think, changing diaper for them, how to feed them, how to give them the right values, how to teach them. So these are the things that I'm looking at when you say that men need to attend parenting courses, and not those things that you mentioned, bring them across the road. I think that one, you don't need a parenting course to teach the guy how to do it. Even, I mean, that is something that everybody will know how to do it. You don't need a course to do it. So first, we need to understand what is the parenting course before we say that men should attend parenting course.
So by saying parenting course, right, the very word itself, parenting, it means father and mother. So let's say if this topic was only for males to attend, it should be called fathering course. So back to what I was saying, when you talk about maternal and paternal instincts, when we want to impart values to our kids, we definitely want to impart the right values and the right morals and the right stuff like integrity, honesty, values that we appreciate a lot. If we don't need to attend a class so that for another teacher or somebody to tell us what to teach our kids, because all this come very naturally to us. We wouldn't want anything bad for our kids. All we want all the goodness, all the.
I think the topic doesn't really say that only men should attend parenting course. So maybe, I mean, we should also be thinking that the wife should be attending the parenting course with the man together. That's why you see, even when the woman, before they give birth, they will attend the prenatal classes, and we always encourage the father to attend together with the mother. So when we say that men should attend parenting course, we are not actually saying that only the man should attend. But of course, the woman can also attend the parenting courses together as a couple before the marriage. Yeah, and then you are saying that to instill the values in them, you don't actually need to attend this parenting course to before you learn it. Yeah, I mean, I do agree to a certain extent, but how about those basic skills like changing diaper, like what I mentioned earlier on, how to feed the kid? These are skills that you don't learn and you don't, I mean, you will not know as a man. So you need to attend such courses in order to learn all these very basic skills. That's my take.
Thank you, thank you. Rachel, would you like to try a topic? You can fight with Chloe.
Oh, did you say my name again?
I'm asking whether you are okay to take part in the
Oh,
debate,
can also.
you and Chloe.
Okay, okay.
So Chloe, you I show you the topic like that. You all decide which side you all would take. Okay, I give you all a certain leeway. The topic: work to live or live to work. So you choose one side, and then the other person will choose the other side. Rachel, I let you choose first, since you're still new.
Oh, I take work to live.
Okay. So Chloe, you will say you live to work, or we live to work. Right. Once you're ready, just give a thumbs up, and then Tiffany will time you.
All right, we hear about questions asking, do you eat to live or do you live to eat? But today is the first time hearing, do we all work to live or live to work? So when we think about living, what are the basic necessities that we need? I think for sure one thing we all know in common is like water and food. Without these two, we will be dead maybe after 3 days or a week without food or water. So how can we get these basic resources that we need to stay alive? I think it's through working. And because through working, we get the money in order to buy these things. So there's no escape. No matter what, we need some money to live reasonably or maybe to even stay alive. So that is why I say work to live.
Switch. Rachel has made some very valid points that we definitely need basic resources in order to survive, right? We need money to get food, water, shelter, and so forth. Those are valid points. But that doesn't mean that we do not live to work. Now, what do I mean by that? Obviously, when we are children, work is not something we think about. But as we grow older, work is nearly everything that we think about. Would you agree? And in fact, when you have retired, you may miss going to work. Anyone who has retired here? If not, do you know friends who are retired? How do they feel about work? Do you think that most of them miss going to work? Do you think that most of them feel that their lives are empty and meaningless without work? Switch.
Okay, thanks, Chloe. I think that's a very interesting angle to take. It's like thinking about, the grass is always greener on the other side. We always like what we don't have. And I think the example and the situation that Chloe painted was the ideal situation. If we think about a retired old man or old lady, I think Chloe's basis was that that person is rich enough so that they have the privilege to think about working when they retire. Now let's just imagine we think about maybe a middle-aged man, a 50-plus-year-old man, maybe a cleaner, for example, because cleaner the pay scale is definitely lower. And I think maybe in their 60s, 70s, without good financial planning from Marcus, maybe the person would still need to continue working. And I
Switch.
think in the example, it would be a sad case of they are working to live instead of live to work.
Okay, so that brings us to the discussion of the economy, right? Why is this person in a state of poverty that they need to continue to work even until their old age, right? It has to do with financial planning and also the economy and government policies. So as we talk about the economy, it affects the quality of the jobs that are available. I believe that if there are good quality jobs, everyone will want to work. Work is meaningful and gives us purpose. It gives us a reason to wake up in the morning. We have something to look forward to. We feel that we are contributing to the economy, to the world, to society. We are building something good and useful. We are being productive human beings. We want to raise all our children to be productive human beings when they grow up. We don't want to raise our children to be slackers and stay at home and spend daddy's money, right? So we do want our children to live to work, to grow up to work, and even in old age to continue to work.
All right, yeah, that's definitely valid too, Chloe. And I think there are essentially two camps of people. People who want to find a purpose in life, and I think that has been the consistent idea that has been across your points delivered just now. People who want to find a sense of purpose, find a sense of value, and that's why they live to work. But I think in terms of finding a purpose, there are also many other ways to do it besides work. What about, pursuing hobbies? But then the same angle you might ask is like, what if you turn your hobby into work? That is a form of work. But what if we just think about, gardening? You're just doing things for fun. If you just go out for enjoying tea with your friends when you're retired. And I think that sense of purpose in life would be more than just work. It can be pursuing hobbies or anything else besides work.
That's the end, right? Thank you for all your debates, the three of you, the three pairs. Mr. Anand shall share his report.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very interesting.
Later. You are ready to do it now? You want to do it now, can also lah. You are ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So Tiffany, just give me 3 minutes. Okay. Same timing as the evaluation timing.
As you're talking, I take a group photo. You all just relax.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Interesting topics. The first one was on housewives should be paid a salary. Now, because this is a debate session, we have one which is for the topic and the other one will be doing it against the topic. And Jordan took the side of being, he agreed with the topic, housewives should be paid a salary. So then he went on to give some examples like taking care of children, of the house, and manage household duties. It's not an easy task, and you do need some sort of managerial skills to sometimes to take care of a home, especially these days. And the stance which Rachel took, sorry, not Rachel, Rachel? Or
Was yeah, Rachel.
Rachel, the stance which Rachel took was the husband's salary is the same as the wife's salary. I thought that was an interesting point of view. And that means the women, they don't, as long as the husband earns something, it's their money as well. And she went on to say that it's a shared responsibility and both of them actually need to do things together. So that's why they don't need to have a salary. So one of the things during this debate I noticed is that Jordan quickly agreed a bit too quickly about whatever Rachel said. And I felt that he did not give strong enough points to support that housewives should be paid a salary. So other than that, I think overall, the terms, Rachel did make a very good case about whether it needs to be compensated, that they don't need to be compensated, and that traditionals, in terms of compensation, they don't need to be done. So this one I would give both also an equal weightage. Who did well is kind of split in the middle. Now the second one was men should attend parenting course. Now parenting courses before marriage. I think this is quite a good topic. Josephine had a lot of good points because she said sometimes you get married a bit too young, don't know how to take care of children, and there are a lot of expectations. And Marcus was not for it. He said that is less the instincts, the paternal instincts take over. I mean, why should we then do? It was a very good point of view because I felt that both sides gave good points. And Josephine later went on to say that there were other things in the parenting courses which need to be taught. So when Josephine gave her point of view, she backed it up with a lot of examples, which I thought that made her argument very strong. And Marcus did also bring out certain points about how values, morals, integrity don't need courses. I mean, it's back to the person. But I felt that sometimes you do need some reminder. And for this case, I would give Josephine as being the better, approach the topic better. And finally, work to live, live to work. Rachel and Chloe. So for this case, both brought out good points. We all have to work somewhere to get some small financial to meet our basic needs. And I think that point was brought out well. Then Chloe brought out another point, which was good, is that if you don't work, then what are you going to do? What's your, what are you going to, if you're working, you have something to look forward to, and that will keep you busy. Yes, I totally agree with Chloe at this point, because many times many people don't know what to do, so they just go to work. If you know, if you have something that you're passionate about and you want to go and you can make a living out of it, well and good. So Chloe brought up very good points. And for this topic, I would give both also equal weightage because they all brought out very good points. Rachel later closed up by saying the purpose in living, if you can pursue hobbies or do something passionate or interesting in life, you can also get compensated that way. So in other words, your life becomes your work, and that's how you go about it. So very good sites that they were brought up by both of them. It was a very interesting way of approaching this table topic session. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to give you some feedback and evaluation on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand. Okay, as I said earlier, let's do a voting. So you see in the chat, just look for my name in this chat and put number 1, 2, or 3. I've indicated the names and which topic they took as in the chat, in the Zoom chat. So if you think whichever team you think has done well, you just put the number and send it to me in this chat. And later we'll announce the result at the end. Right? Tiffany, maybe you want to give 1 minute for that. Just 1 minute for everyone to. Don't worry whether you're right or not. It's just your personal opinion. So we'll get an idea of who actually everyone feels has done a good job of debating. Welcome. Jasmine is from Malaysia. Elias is from Indonesia. They are two wonderful friends I have from overseas. So they've come and joined to support our speech crafters. Okay, for the benefit of these two, Marcus, Rachel, and Josephine are our speech crafters. They are new to Toastmasters. We are sharing our knowledge with them. Later, maybe you all can give some feedback at the end on how they have spoken today. Rachel is going to do an evaluation today, and you also can give your feedback on that later. All right. Tiffany, it's time's up. Can we go to the next?
Another 5 seconds.
Fellow Toastmasters, as speakers, it is not enough for us to just write down our speech and deliver it. We need to make use of our voice because it's very important in a speech, especially if you're going to a contest. The power of your voice can make a difference to how effective a speech is, and it can give a lot of impact when you make full use of your voice. So for that, we have someone I think is actually a professional singer because she has learned singing, and she said she can wait and share with us. We are not waiting for one more speech crafter because He has not replied whether he can join. He said he might or may not earlier. So we'll go into that. And we are sharing about vocal variety, optimizing the usage of your own personal voice. And I'm very glad to share with you that this speaker is one of those who has really improved a lot since he joined our K1 Barutos Masters Club. He's taken part in contests and won. And she is also one of those rising stars. So without any delay, I hand you over to Chloe Lian. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brahma Kumar. Okay, everyone is able to see my presentation? Okay, today we are going to talk about your voice, your power. Okay, why is vocal variety important? First, to build an emotional connection with your audience and to build rapport and trust. Second, you may want to add emphasis to your message or to a certain point. And third, to grab everyone's attention and for them to remember you and your message. We're gonna take a little quiz right now. If everyone can prepare your mobile phones. If you have your phones ready, you can either scan this QR code or go to this website and enter this code. Okay, is everyone ready? Okay. 6 players ready. Okay, so you need to type in your name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 9 in total. Okay, 8 players ready.
Sorry, I just stepped out for a while. What's the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, there's no question yet. You just need to join the Menti. Use your phone. Josephine, you can go to menti.com and then enter the code. Anyone else having trouble? Okay, so once you're in, you will need to put in your name so that we can see your answers and your score later. Okay, everyone able to join? Josephine, are you okay?
Sorry, what is the link again? Menti and M-E?
The link is at the
M-E-N.
top. Yeah. Menti.com. And then
Okay,
enter this code.
can't see the code.
Code
Okay.
is
Sorry,
1258
can you
1058.
read the code to me? I can't see. Sorry?
The code is 1258
Okay.
1058. Are you in?
Loading.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, I'm in.
What is vocal variety? What do you think? Three seconds left. Okay. Wow, perfect score. Okay. Let's see who has the fastest fingers. Wow, very fast fingers. Okay, so if you press faster, you get more score, more marks, okay? Okay, next question. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Which one below is not a benefit of vocal variety? Which is not a benefit of vocal variety? Three seconds left. And amazing. Okay, we have perfect score again. Okay, last question, okay? Very short quiz. Last question. Are you ready? Okay. Wow, we have Jordan in the lead. Okay. Last question. Prepare your fast fingers. Let's go. Okay, so this one, there's no wrong answer, right? This is for you to set a personal goal for today's session. For you to set a personal goal. What are you most interested to achieve using vocal variety? I can see someone wants a promotion. Okay, and this is the final scores. Okay, pretty good. And we have fastest fingers, Jordan. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so with your personal goal in mind, let's continue. Okay, vocal variety is important, right? As you saw in the quiz, to build an emotional connection, to emphasize your key message, and to be memorable. And we can learn vocal variety using this very simple acronym called VIP. V stands for volume, I stands for intonation, and P stands for pace. Now, why do we need an awareness of our own volume? Number one is projection. In most situations, we are speaking in real life, probably to a room or more than one listener. In our Toastmaster clubs, you will be standing at the lectern and you have to address a room of 10 to 20 people. So you will need to project your voice and make sure that the person at the very end of the room is able to hear your voice. So we need volume awareness. If people cannot hear what we are saying, then our message is lost. Number two is impact. We can create impact by using our volume. Number three, control. If I wanted to whisper some love words to my husband, I need to be able to make sure no one else in the room can hear it, right? I need to be able to control my volume. If I'm telling someone a secret, I don't want other people to hear it. We need to be able to bring our voice down to a whisper. So we want to be able to control our voice. If you see someone, a child running across the road, and you want to scream at him and say, hey, stop, you must make sure you're loud enough that the child can hear you saying, hey, stop, don't run across the road. If the child does not hear you because you're not loud enough, that's life or death, right? So an awareness of our volume is really important. Our voice is our power. Okay, To achieve volume control, we need to understand the basics of breathing. Okay, so now let us do this exercise. Take both of your palms and place it on your abdomen here. Okay, you don't need to stand up. You can just do it sitting down, but you can keep your back straight and place your palms here. Okay, when you breathe in, you should feel your abdomen expand. Okay, what is happening? When your lungs are filling up with air, it pushes your organs down. Okay, I repeat, when your lungs are expanding, it grows in size, it will grow outward and downward. You will feel your organs pushing down, and so you'll feel your stomach growing a little bigger. Okay, so if you're breathing correctly, you should feel your stomach enlarge. Okay, another way for you to check if you're getting enough air, because with enough air, we can produce enough volume. You can say s, the letter S, with E. Okay, now try the letter Z. Z. Okay, do you feel the difference in your stomach? S and Z. Okay, do you feel that when you use the letter Z, you are activating your stomach muscles a lot more? Do you feel that? Okay, so this is one way for you to check. Are you activating all of the muscles to control your airflow? Okay, so if you want to be loud and you're finding that you're struggling with having enough air to produce a large volume, you can put your hand on your tummy. Okay, that's the first way. Put your hand on your tummy. Make sure that it's growing. This means that you're breathing deeply enough to produce enough volume. Second method, say Z. Okay, make sure that you're activating the muscles. This shows that if you use S, you notice this is not as loud, right? S. This is a shallow voice. If you're going for a soft voice, you can practice using S. If you're trying to go for a louder voice, use Z and feel the muscles activate. The third method is laughing. When you laugh, you can try to do a laughter now, like ha 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 ha. Do you feel your muscles are also activating, right? Okay, so these are some of the ways you can practice controlling your breathing so that you can have a louder voice. Okay, this is something that we can practice when we are preparing a speech. So let's say this is my speech. Okay, there's something called a volume scale on a scale of 1 to 3. Okay, and in future, when you become more advanced, you can use a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Okay, more and more levels when you feel that you have mastered your volume. Okay, so now let's practice with 1, 2, and 3. So let's say this is my speech. When I have prepared my speech, I can label which lines or which words I want to have a scale of 3, and which words I want to have a scale of 1, and which sentences I want to have a scale of 2. Okay, so let's look at this. Maybe Marcus, you can suggest which line would you want to label a volume scale?
Definitely the first full farm, that line,
Okay,
I think deserves a volume 3.
okay. So the first line, Marcus wants to label as a volume 3. Okay, later Marcus will demo for us. Okay, Josephine, is there any other line you feel you can label with another volume marker?
Sorry, my it was frozen the frame just now, so it was quite I can't really see the words.
Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any line that you feel you want to label a volume scale, 1, 2, or 3?
3 being the highest, is it?
Yes, 3 being the highest.
The first line 3.
Okay, Okay, same as Marcus. Okay, Rachel, how about you?
I think the same also, like the first line is
Okay. Okay, so let's welcome Marcus to give us a demo of the first line now. Can you give us a demonstration of what it will be like to give a volume at a scale of 3? Okay, Marcus.
Okay. Fee, fee, fo, fong. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you. You can
Thank you.
continue one more line so that we can compare what is not a 3.
The air quivered as the giant's words boomed deep within Jack's ears. The giant's heavy footsteps getting ever louder.
Wow, amazing. Okay, do you all notice he actually did a few more 3s? Do you all notice that? Okay, Anand nodding, Anand nodding. Now, Anand, can you share where did you notice he was doing a few more 3s?
When he talked about the boom, words boom deep and the giant's heavy footsteps, yeah, getting even louder. Yeah, those are
Yes.
the points he emphasized.
Yes, yes. Okay, so these are things that we can prepare before we give a speech. We can label our speech with 1, 2, and 3, where we want to be soft. Okay, for example, in the last sentence, right? Jack is escaping from the giant. He's climbing down the beanstalk as gently as a feather, right? He doesn't want the giant to hear him. He landed in the dusty yard of his mother's farm. Okay? Okay, well done. Thank you, Marcus. Okay. VIP, we have done V, which is volume. Next, I is for intonation. Why do we need to use intonation? Again, to convey different types of emotion and to build credibility. The type of tone that we use will influence how people view us. And finally, to captivate the attention of our audience. Okay, now let's practice this siren exercise. Later, I'll ask some of you to unmute yourself and show us your vocal range, okay? Especially the men, I want you to challenge yourself, go into your falsetto range. Challenge yourself to go into your falsetto range. Ladies, challenge yourself to go into your deepest voice possible, okay? So what is this siren exercise? You start somewhere at the speaking level, okay? And you imagine you're throwing a bomb, like, ooh, boom. Okay, something like this. That's a siren exercise. Okay, let's practice a few times. Okay, which brave gentleman would like to show off show off your falsetto range? You can unmute yourself and show us. Marcus, you sound like you have achieved a very wide range. Would you like to show us?
Okay. Let me lock the door first. Because my people are sitting. So sorry. So I go from the lowest to the highest and back down.
Yes, like a siren.
Right.
Yep. Mm.
Uh.
Okay, not bad, not bad. A little hesitant. Be confident. Yes, be confident. Okay, would you like to try again?
uh, how does someone? Okay, let me try.
Okay, good attempt, good attempt. Y'all heard the ambulance siren before, right? It's like, like this, right? Yes. So it's something we can practice. It really stretches the range of tones that we have. We don't normally speak this way, right? Singlish is a little flat. Singlish has a very flat range of tones. But if we train ourselves to have a wider range of tones, it can help us to be more interesting to listen to. Okay, do we have a lady who would like to demonstrate their range? Josephine, you look very warmed up. Josephine, would you like to show us?
I try.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay. Okay, good, good. Definitely have the high tones. Okay. Anyone else would like to try? Tiffany, do you want to show us your range?
Oh no. Okay, let me try. Ooh.
Wow. Not bad, not bad. Okay, Rachel, how about you?
Okay. Ooh.
Again, I didn't hear it.
Okay. Can you hear now?
Yes, yes. Okay,
Okay.
go again. Yes.
Ooh. Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
No, cannot.
It's a judgment-free zone. It's okay. I know it sounds ridiculous to us, but it's okay. It's just an exercise. Okay, try again.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Sounds like a siren. Okay, very good. Okay, so this is an exercise we can all practice on our own. The next exercise. Okay, now we're going to apply it to English words. Okay, there are 4 different ways to say the same sentence. Okay, I would like everyone to choose one number. Okay, Marcus, which number would you like? 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not small.
2.
Number 2. Okay, Rachel, which one would you like?
Okay.
Oh,
4. Okay, Josephine, which number would you like?
Marcus chose what? I didn't hear his.
Marcus chose 2.
Oh, and Richard chose 4, is it?
4. Yes.
Then I'll choose 3.
You choose 3. Okay. Okay, then who would like to volunteer to go number 1? Okay, Brahma Kumar has volunteered. Okay, let's have Brahma Kumar go in number 1.
It's not what I say.
Okay, very good. Okay, number 2.
It's not what I said.
Okay. Number 3.
It's not what I say.
Very good. Good job. Good job. Very good. Okay, number 4.
it's not what I said.
Wow. Okay, very good. Amazing. Okay, so let's try and guess what kind of emotions we're trying to convey with the different types of tones. What kind of emotions do you think number 1 is? You can just unmute and share. Number 1, done by Brahma Kumar. What do you think the emotion that he was trying to convey is?
Angry.
Someone said angry.
Sad.
Rachel says angry. Yes, Jordan?
Firm and connected.
Very firm
Calm
and
yes.
calm. Okay. Yes. Okay, number 2. This one is by Marcus. Okay, what emotion do you think he's trying to convey?
It's like a questioning tone,
Okay. Yes, it's a
questioning the other
questioning.
party.
Right. Okay. Number 3. This one is by Josephine. What emotion do you think she was trying to convey?
Angry. I'm scolding my son.
Scolding her son. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what she will say when she scolds her son. Okay, number 4. What emotion was Rachel trying to convey?
Fear, nervousness, anxiety.
Fear.
Here. Okay. Okay, so we have seen, right? the magic of using good intonation. And this is something, again, we can plan, right? You can see how I wrote it in blue brackets. You can also do this in your speech. If you have a line of dialogue and you want to convey a certain emotion, you can put in brackets, right? How to say this line. You just need one well-placed dialogue in your speech and it can captivate your audience. Okay, we are now on P of the VIP, pace. Pace includes 3 points. Number 1, good use of pauses. Number 2, variation in the pace. Sometimes you want to speak quickly when things are anxious and tense, and sometimes we want to be slow and calm like Brahma Kumar. And number 3, clarity. When we are nervous, we tend to speak very fast, and this makes our words eat into each other and other people cannot really hear what we're trying to say, right? So clarity is very useful if we control our pace. Let's have a practice session again, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to apply all that you have learned: volume, intonation, pace, okay? I let you pick a number and you can plan it out. You can even write it down. What kind of volume do you want to use? What kind of intonation do you want to use? What kind of pace do you want to use? Okay, let's have Josephine. What number would you like to pick?
2.
Okay, Josephine has gone for number 2. Rachel, what number would you like?
4.
4. Okay. Sorry, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And Marcus, what number would you like?
Just now we just chose 3, right?
3,
Or
yeah.
4. 4.
Okay, Marcus chooses 4. Okay, so again, you have to make a choice, okay? What kind of volume? What kind of intonation? What kind of pace? You need to think about this. Think about what is the meaning you want to convey. I'll give you about 5 seconds to prepare. And again, for number 1, we need a volunteer. Okay, Rama Kumar again has volunteered. Okay, Brahma Kumar, are you ready? Okay, everyone else, are you all ready? Okay, let's listen to our 4 speakers who are going to demonstrate their vocal variety. Number 1, Brahma Kumar.
I didn't say that you were fat.
Okay, everyone take note how Brahma Kumar employed volume, intonation, and pace. Okay? Okay, number 2, Josephine. Let's pay attention.
I didn't say that you were fat.
Okay, thank you, Josephine. Number 3, Rachel. Sorry, Rachel, we couldn't catch that. Can you try again?
I didn't say that you were fat.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. Number 4, Marcus.
I didn't say that you were fat.
Okay. Very strong emphasis. Thank you, Marcus. Okay, let's discuss. What were your observations? Maybe Tiffany, you can share. You can share what you observed from any of the speakers. How do you think they used the techniques of volume or intonation or pace?
They emphasize the highlighted word correctly. So the meaning change when they use a different emphasis on a different word. So for example, the first one, Brahma said, I didn't say that you were fat. So he was trying to tell the audience that I wasn't the one who said that you were fat. It was somebody else. It was Marcus.
Okay. Oh, got arrow pointing already. Okay, okay. Yes, thank you, Tiffany. Jordan, what did you observe?
Where the volume increase the emphasis, and therefore when the emphasis changes, the meaning of the entire sentence will shift, right? So when we emphasize on a certain word, we create that importance, and whether we can use that to shift the context and then make it a question, make it a statement, or create doubt, in by not even by saying what we want to, by not really saying what we want to say, but implying something else, right? So emphasis on the word creates doubt, creates emphasis, and you can use it to your advantage to how you want to swing the sentence.
Indeed, right? Our voice is our power. We have the power to change meaning of words, and we have the power to plant seeds of doubt, and we have the power to influence people with how we emphasize words. Okay, so Jordan mentioned something very important. He mentioned that the volume go up or down when we're trying to emphasize something. Yes, up. He said he noticed the volume went up. Okay. Anyone notice anything about intonation? What happened to the tone?
Higher.
Okay. Jordan says higher. Anan also says higher. Anyone else? Yes. Okay, all agrees. The tone goes a little higher when you're trying to emphasize or make a point. What about the pace? What do you think?
Slows down.
Okay. Does everyone agree that it's slowing down when you're saying something important? Okay. Okay. Great exercise, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so let's wrap up now. Remember, today we learned vocal variety using the acronym VIP. And what does V stand for?
Volume.
Yes, volume. And I stands for?
Intonation.
You want me to?
Yes,
Intonation.
intonation. Thank you. And P stands for?
Pace.
Pace. Thank you. Okay, and now my call to action. I encourage everyone to remember that your voice is your power. So first, practice, 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 right? We shared many exercises today, like the breathing exercise, how to make sure you have enough air so that you can produce enough volume, the siren exercise to train your range of tones, and also practicing volume markings and also tone markings in your speech. Number two, get feedback. If you are not sure whether you can be heard from a distance, ask a friend to stand maybe 10 meters away or at the back of the room and give you feedback, whether they can hear you clearly. And finally, number three, don't get stressed about vocal variety. It's not embarrassing, right? We are a very supportive community. Just enjoy yourself. We are all here on a learning journey. Back to you, Toastmaster Brahmakumar.
Thank you, Chloe, for sharing with us how to make good and better use of our voice. The next session is where our speakers, the speech crafters, come on stage. Today, you have two speakers, Marcus and Josephine, who will be evaluated by, Marcus will be evaluated by Rachel and Josephine by Chloe. We shall start with Josephine. Are you ready, Josephine?
Sorry,
Once you're
Rama, what is the timing sequence?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Over to you, Josephine.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and speech crafters. What are the values we want to instill in our kids? Well, a couple of days ago, I heard over the news that Boon Lay Community Library will be closing down. It just started operating in April and will be closing down in October, just after a few months of operation. According to the founder, he said that it is very challenging and difficult to upkeep and maintain the library. At the end of every day, he actually has to clear up the mess, put the books back onto the shelf. Books are thrown all over the floor. He finds it very straining and tiring to do it all by himself. He said, nobody is helping him. He does not have any community support. He even showed a video of a boy climbing onto the bookshelves. What are the parents doing? Is this the value they want to instill in their kids? Well, the library is actually open with good intention so that the kids can enjoy and can have easy access to the books. It was also earlier reported that one day after the library is open, all the books are stolen. It is really very disheartening to hear all this. Okay, I understand that everybody has their own way of bringing up their kids. There's actually no right or wrong way, but is this the correct way? Okay, I have another story to share. Many years ago, I was traveling with my friend, her hubby and her 5-year-old son. We were on this flight to Japan. It's a few hours flight. I cannot remember how long is the flight. Okay, after I was comfortably seated in my seat and I was about to doze off. I felt a sharp kick at the back of my seat. I thought it was by accident. Then the kick came again and again, and every time it was even harder. I was feeling very annoyed. So I turned back and I looked at my friend's son. He was actually giggling and enjoying himself. Then I looked at my friend. She was giggling with the son. And she was actually amused by his action. And she has no intention of stopping him. And you know what she said to me? My son is feeling bored. Let him enjoy himself. Oh, I was speechless. Is this the value that she wants to instill in her kids? Well, I'm a mother myself, and I will never condone such an action. I always believe that we have to cultivate this to be respectful and considerate to others when the kids are young. Thank you. 哇，你一进来我就
Brahma, you're muted.
The next speaker is a financial consultant, and he shall now speak on a different topic. Over to you, Marcus.
Okay. Thank you guys. So I think according to Josephine's story, I think all mothers should go for parenting class. Okay, back to the topic. Would you believe if I told you that the food you're eating today will lead to a heightened obesity? Let me explain. With today's technology, we have managed to pack many kinds of food into package form, be it prata, prawn mee, chicken rice. If you take a walk in 7-Eleven, you'll find many delicious food on the shelf. Well, I'm not saying that 7-Eleven is a dangerous place to go. I hope to use these few minutes to raise awareness on what ultra-processed food can do to us. And everyone can know what they are placing in their bodies. Firstly, to determine what is ultra-processed food, we have to define the different types of food. First, we have unprocessed food, which is like whole food in its nutrients and vitamins all intact. The food is near its natural state. You need to say apples, carrots, raw chicken, stuff like that. Next, we have processed food. Processed food is essentially made by adding salt, oil, sugar, and other substances. That includes canned fish, canned vegetables. Most processed food have 2 or 3 ingredients inside. In fact, we have been eating processed food for thousands of years. Think about our ancestors preserving their food and consuming them at a later date. Now comes ultra processed food. So ultra processed food has many other ingredients. Besides those added for processed food, they include added sugars, fats, artificial coloring, preservatives. Examples of ultra processed food are frozen meat, fast food, packaged cookies, and salty snacks. So to illustrate this point, there was a study published on a medical journal, Cell Metabolism, 4 years ago, where a research facility, they placed 20 obese adults on unprocessed diets and 20 obese adults on ultra processed diet for a total of 14 days. Both diets are matched equally in terms of sugar, salt, carbo, etc. Every participant was allowed to consume 3 meals a day. They may consume more or less, it's up to them. So at the end of 14 days, the participants on the ultra processed diet consume more than those on the unprocessed diet. So needless to say, the participants on the ultra processed diet gain more weight than those on the unprocessed diets. So let me explain why the people who are consuming ultra processed diet, they consume more. In today's context, there are companies who develop products, F&B products, through focus groups. So in fact, if you think about, so for example, if today I want to produce a frozen fruit product, frozen meal product today, and I have a formula. Well, these companies, they organize focus groups to make sure that the formulation can be enhanced better and better. So if let's say there's an A and B testing, formula A perform better than formula B, this company will definitely sell formula A instead of formula B. So ceteris paribus, you can be sure that people who eat formula A, maybe a frozen meal, they will consume more than frozen meal formula B. Think about Coca-Cola and what it has done to us. While there are other issues arising from ultra proposed food, I just want to highlight one of them to create enough awareness for people to find out more for themselves. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope that everybody will look carefully into the listed ingredients before consuming it. Thank you.
Thank you to the 2 speakers. We should give some time for the evaluators to to write down your comments and then share it. Meanwhile, shall we have the timers report? Over to you, Tiffany.
For Josephine, she took 3 minutes and 11 seconds. For Marcus, he took 4 minutes and 12 seconds.
So the speakers today are supposed to speak between 3 to 5 minutes because this is a Speechcraft session. And normally at a Speechcraft session, it's about 1 or 2 minutes shorter than a normal speech given at a club meeting. That's the advantage. You come to a learning session and at the same time you practice, and you have an advantage because you are given a shorter duration. Now, if the evaluators are ready, we can give our comments. And Jasmine and E.T., since both of you are here, perhaps you can put in the chat either personally or to everyone your comments about the 3 speakers, Marcus, Josephine, and also Rachel, in the way they have spoken so far in the table topics as well as in the speech. So it will help them improve themselves. after the evaluation session, I will let the mentor and the protege go into a room and you all can discuss what they need to do next. The next one should be just give me a moment because I got locked out from the system. Basically, you all should be practicing how to give feedback. So you should try to do an evaluation. If on the other hand, you want to do a project, then you have to incorporate vocal variety into it. Are the evaluators ready to give their feedback? Now maybe we can ask Chloe to sing a song. Since she has such a wonderful voice. Now, one of the good ways of learning vocal variety is to listen to children. Give them a simple storybook and ask them to read the story. I went for a storytelling session for parents where they said that if we can make effective use of our voice when we tell a story to a child will be interested or hooked on to reading for life. So this lady is actually a a lecturer who lectures at the university. Her daughter is a literature teacher. So she said that when she was young and her children were young, very young, she always made an opportunity to take a time off every night, tell a story to them. And over time, some of them, all of them have picked up the reading and listening to stories. So even now, it seems that sometimes the daughter will ask her to read a story. Of course, she has a very flexible voice, just like our Chloe. So when you listen to her, it's very interesting. So she took some interesting books and shared with us. It's good practice for you also when you write your speech. Because, for example, if I am using the word opportunity, it is about 5 or 6 syllables. If in a speech I'm speaking and I use that word, there's a chance of me misspelling it or mispronouncing it. On the other hand, if I use the word chance, it's just 2 syllables. So I cut short the time. So this is something you should do, because this will be explained further when we have the session next week on the power of words. I've got a wonderful lady with a wonderful voice to share. She makes good use of words. Adan, are you ready?
Me? Who am I
Yeah.
evaluating? No, I thought
Yeah,
Chloe.
sorry. It's Chloe and
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's me.
Rachel. Sorry. Yes, I saw you writing, and then looking. I thought we were going to say something. So, Chloe, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, over to you.
Josephine, thank you again for a wonderful speech from you. Today you have tried a different speech structure from your usual style. So I commend you for trying something a little out of your comfort zone. I don't know if you felt uncomfortable, but I have noticed you like the argumentative style and you're very, very strong in it. And today you stepped out of your comfort zone and tried a different storytelling style where you're narrating a story with a plot. You set the background, the context, a few characters, and then you throw in the details that are relevant to your message. For the first story, you were talking about someone who's maintaining the Boon Lay Library and about how children are climbing on the shelves, stealing all the books. So the way this story was set up, I was a little confused at the beginning why we were talking about the Boon Lay Library when the speech was about children and values. So maybe you can cut short the introduction and bring up the message a little earlier, the part about where children were destroying the property. Then I would be able to see how, oh, this story is tying in with your message. So once you got to the point where the boys were climbing on the shelf, then I understood, oh, that's why you're telling this story. The second story was a lot more obvious because the first line was already, I felt someone kicking my chair. So I immediately knew where this was going. So that really, really was powerful because through a story, I can already relate. What is your point? So again, commend you for trying a new structure. And I like that you shared 2 stories. Think about how to craft the story so that it links to the message more. Another thing is, I also commend you for standing up. It's definitely easier to give a speech sitting down than to give a speech standing up. So today we saw you use your body language and use the space around you. So you did use your hands, for example, when you were conveying the actions and the emotions of the characters in your story, like the librarian who felt that it was very straining and tiring to maintain the library. You use some hand gestures. You may want to think about how you can gesture in a way that will convey that emotion, because I felt that your gestures and the words weren't really matched. For example, when you're saying tiring, maybe you can slump your shoulders. Maybe you can do this tiring because you were doing some hand motion, but I am not sure that it conveys tiring. So that was a really good opportunity. Whenever you have characters that are feeling emotions, like there was a tiring emotion, there was an annoyed emotion, right? You were annoyed. Someone was kicking your chair. Okay, at that point also, you can make a very pissed off face, right? Show us your angriest face. Then that will really match the message that you're telling. But what you did very well when you got to the giggling part. You really giggled when you talked about the boy who was giggling behind you. So well done on that. So this is really an opportunity to enhance your storytelling. Good try on trying a new style. So the way to enhance this would be to work on how to convey those emotions in the storytelling to really make the story come alive. So thank you very much, Josephine.
Thank you, Chloe, for that very meticulous feedback. Now we move over to Rachel. Rachel is still new to evaluation, but we applaud and appreciate her for taking on this role. Over to you.
All right. Hi, everyone. And thank you, Marcus, for your speech just now. It was a very, I think, interesting topic that can relate to many of us, like food, is it making us obese, us fat. I really liked your introduction. It was very engaging and immediately captured my attention. For example, you started off with a question, then that immediately got me hooked on to wanting to listen more. And then I think the interesting part is that then you gave a lot of examples like prawn mee and then a lot of different food. So that helped to paint a very nice picture about what are the food that were around us, basically food that made us fat. So I really like how you help us to run through that visual, that memory lane that you had. And it was, yeah, very nice of that to help us bring us all together to the same page. So you had a very strong introduction. And then as you move on to your body, when things start to get a bit more scientific, the good thing is that it didn't turn boring because usually when we read science journals, articles, it tends to get boring because of the scientific details. But the way you broke it down was very magical. It was like very succinct. So I didn't lose my attention. Usually I lose my attention when I watch like documentaries and stuff. But you broke it down very well. There was like a contrast, like this 20 people took this diet and then another 20 took that diet. I hope I got the facts correct. But yeah, you managed to summarize very well. So yeah, it didn't make the study boring. So thank you for that. It was yeah, you gave the journal the its justice, and thank you for taking the time to do the research as well and like helping all of us to learn. Um, in terms of the other observations I had, I felt that maybe there could be a bit more engagement because I think this is a very interesting topic that many of us can relate to. Then I see like Tiffany keep typing on chat, oh, McDonald's is more dangerous. We need to look for healthier options like for supper. So I think what could have made it more engaging is that if you post more questions to the floor, like maybe you can prompt one of us to unmute to answer for topics like this kind, which I think might help to make it more engaging. That's just my personal opinion. And another thing I noticed is that you spoke a bit faster during this speech. Because usually I think your pace is the slower kind. Yeah, and I think that was the way you build rapport. I think your usual pace is something that felt good. I don't know, like I tend to feel the rapport and that connection when you speak slower. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's different from others, but that's just my perspective and how I felt about the pace. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can relate to this one. Yeah, that's just how I felt. Yeah, thank you again, Marcus.
Thank you, Rachel. We've listened to both the speakers and the evaluators. Now it's time to move all the mentors and their proteges into their rooms. Elias and Jasmine, if you would like to continue, then the three of us can go into one room and chit chat. I've created another room for us. I'll open the room and you all should automatically be going into the room. So you can join the room. Your name is there.
Brahma, we are supposed to explain to them about what they're going to do for their next upcoming speech, right?
Yeah. The next speech is on vocal variety.
Vocal variety.
Yeah,
Yeah?
all three. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
You can also ask them on what is the gaps they have, is there any doubt, anything they're not sure, and all that.
Yes.
Oh, Brahma is here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jasmine, can you share what you said again? Because I just turned on the record.
Oh, I said because the trainer give really step by step this vocal variety. If I were a mentee or I'm a newcomer, I really feel that is very, very helpful because a lot of people who have never gone through this or training, they just speak on their own and they don't know how to emphasize on. Actually, this is like what happened to our club. We don't really do this sort of thing, and then we don't find that our quality is that good. Also, we have to figure out ourselves. This is like what we don't have a lot of mentors here. So I think this is a very, very good session. Well done. Thank you.
E.T., got anything to share? E.T. is from Indonesia Empire Toastmasters Club.
Okay. Hello everybody. Hello Toastmasters and Speechcrafters. It's good to be here. And I saw the effort, the enthusiasm for the Speechcrafter is literally mesmerizing because I think she is the vocalist. So she knows exactly what to do with her voice. And for the newbie or the newcomers, it is very beneficial, like what Jasmine said. So I joined during that session, definitely right on time. So I missed the table topic. And for the prepared speech or the speech crafter speech, I think you guys nail it. You know what you are going to say, and you're expert on it. And I love the evolution. The evolution is empowering the newcomer to be better speaker. So next time we can try like I don't know about the time. Is it all around the exact time for the Speechcrafter? 3 to 5 or 5 to 7? I think Speechcrafter is 3 to 5.
Still 3 to 5. 3 to 5.
Yeah, so yeah. So I think the format is 3 to 5. And about the truth takers, it is only timer, it is also efficient. So we can directly step to the most important is the highlight is the Speechcrafter and how they can progress by joining this program. So yes, enjoying the rest of the sessions. And back to you, Brahma.
Thank you, Jasmine and ET. You all can exit now because now we have some stuff to just share with the speech doctors.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
See you
Thanks a lot
all.
for joining.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
thank
you.
you.
Bye, Jasmine.
Okay, now it's up to the Tiffany. Can I have the timing for the two evaluators?
For Chloe, she took 3 minutes and 31 seconds. For Rachel, 2 minutes and 57 seconds.
I requested Anand to give some comments. Maybe you want to give first?
Oh no, it's okay.
No comments. Okay.
No, no comments.
Okay, Josephine, Marcus, and Rachel, we give us some feedback about how you felt this session. From the first session until now, do you feel like you have improved and there are some areas, are you like now you're more aware of how you speak even at home or at work? Maybe you start with Marcus.
So far, yeah. Out of 3 sessions, I think I attended 4, is it? 4. So I missed last week's. But yeah, so far I think all the trainers have given very good pointers, as well as stress on certain things to take note. Example, today's on the tonality and volume at VIP. Yeah, VIP. So sticks out. I'll try to remember what has been shared during all the sessions. Okay.
Thank you, Marcus. How about you, Rachel? You've done 2 evaluation now.
Yeah, I think I've been learning a lot more through these sessions. I was just sharing with Chloe, is like I didn't know there was so much technicalities to like speaking or planning a speech. Like today's lesson, especially like the vocal variety, and also last week's lesson, like how do you deliver feedback and like how to position like I instead of saying you. So it's like the nitty-gritty things that I didn't thought existed in like speaking. So it was very helpful to have attended all these sessions. Oh, I think you were muted just now. I couldn't hear you.
Finally, we'll ask Josephine, who likes to bring in interesting and challenging topics. Swin, are you there?
Yeah, looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's frozen.
Oh, your screen frozen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't know what happened.
Are you using a handphone, or is it?
No, I'm using my iPad. Okay. Yeah, as I share with Tiffany just now, I always find the table topics very terrifying, especially the first session. I think actually after the first session, I almost feel like I want to quit. Seriously, I'm always lost for words. So even after four rounds of table topics, I still find that I need practice, like what Tiffany told me. So she actually gave me some tips on how I can improve on that. And the tips is practice more. So, and then I also told her that it's actually very stressful for us because every week we have to deliver a speech. And then within such a short time, I have to think of what to talk about in the next speech. It's like every day, I mean, like even now, I'm already trying to think of what I'm going to talk about the next time. So it's really very stressful. But I hope I can benefit from it.
Noted, we will take that into consideration and phase out the speech club for the future sessions.
No, maybe for the very first round, you should not come up with such a difficult. You remember the first round was the choose the number, then you talk about something. Maybe come up with simpler topic. Otherwise, you'll frighten people like us. I was really terrified the first round. I almost wanted to quit. Seriously, I'm serious.
You learn one. That's why the last week I got someone to show pictures, right? And this time I put a debate, right? And the topics you find are all very, very simple, but at the same time funny.
Yeah,
so,
your topics today is more closer to heart.
Yeah.
more relatable. So
we are
still,
learning lah. We are learning different things also from you all, and because one thing we notice is that this batch of speech crafters, you all can talk quite well. You have content. You have the content. We don't have to worry about content. It's only the other areas that you need to polish up. Yeah. In fact, uh, we were discussing among the expo that Josephine and Rachel, you all can be in a debate team, and we are going to have a debate in our club soon after the Speechcraft is over, probably after Chinese New Year. That's my target. We'll have a debate in our own club. And after that, we'll have debate with other clubs because there are also other clubs that are starting to have an interest in debate. Yeah. How about Tiffany? Tiffany, you have been just watching everybody and just telling the time. So what is your feedback?
This is actually the fourth session. I feel that after looking at their progress from session 1, they have actually improved dramatically. So I can't wait to see them face to face at a physical meeting, perhaps on 14th of November. Yeah, I
Yes,
just want to let you all know that 14th of November, we are having a very special meeting. We are having a joint chapter meeting with another club, which is called Speak with Passion Toastmasters. So they'll be sending their club members here, and we'll also be taking up certain speaking slots and roles. So after their graduation, perhaps they can we can ask them to participate for the chapter meetings.
Yeah. 14 will be as I shared with the Marcus and Josephine that 7 will not be our final meeting. The actual meeting, final one, will be on the 14th because we need to give
Oh, okay. Because I think
certificates.
Josephine cannot make it.
No, I'll
Oh,
see
okay.
how many can make it. If only half, then we just carry on with the half, and the other half of them we carry
Okay.
on the December meeting or what lah, or even in January.
Okay.
But it's good that
Okay.
you all come for physical meeting because then it's a different platform. Online we can hide certain things, but when you're physically present, your voice, your body language, everything shows up. So it's a different ball game lah. And then when you see people, sometimes you get very scared when you see like 20 people, 30 people. It can be quite frightening. Unless like you have experienced a lot, like Anand, myself, then you know how to handle that. I mean, most of the times, sometimes we also go to a certain stage of panic. So it happens to all of us. How about Chloe? You got any comments? I like your session today. Very interactive.
Yes, because I have a good audience who are gung ho, ready to try. Yeah, Marcus, very good participation. Yes, thank you. And you did a lot of demo for us. And Josephine, I definitely feel that you are really, really good at coming up with your speech content. I think your perception and the audience perception, maybe there is a gap, right? That's why it is good to give speeches and listen to feedback because you may feel that, oh, my speech is like this or my feeling is like this. But when you listen to feedback, you kind of close that gap and you really understand how other people's perception of what you're sharing and what you're communicating is. And I really think that you are amazing. Really, really. Like for example, the first session, the table topics, also you did a good job. And every single week, like you mentioned, it's very difficult coming up with speech topics. I have also been through that. And it really is very difficult. Sometimes it takes me 3 months to finish writing a whole speech. So I really am very impressed by all of you who are giving speeches every single week. I don't know how you do it. I'm sure you have a wealth of life experience that, and you're drawing from it. So it's really, really amazing and impressive to me. Yeah, definitely join us. We are a very supportive community and continue to take in all this feedback. Yeah, and hopefully you have a more positive view of the experience that you're having.
Thank you, Chloe. I do agree with you that Josephine is unpolished gem. Rachel is also one of it. I'm very impressed by Rachel's evaluation. She's very meticulous and very analytical. Who's this? District Technical Manager. Anand, you know who's that now?
District Technical Manager. No,
I think I won't.
you are.
So Anand, you got any comments?
Yeah, I agree with what Chloe just mentioned. sometimes when we think we cannot do it and we have all these, I guess our expectations are a bit too high. But when we give our speeches and always feel that we have not done well, but to an audience, they'll say, wow, this very good content. I know the person really got confidence, got this and that. And the feedback from the audience can be very different from your own personal uh, analysis. So the only thing I can say, be kind to yourself. You're already doing your best. Try to come up with speeches on a weekly basis. It's already very good here. It's a very good attempt. So be kind to yourself. Take it easy. I can't really say don't stress about it because until now I still do. You will find ways to overcome this finding difficulties to make speeches and all that. And after a while, it just becomes almost like second nature. You will have certain flow, the way you pronounce certain words, everything will just come into place. So like they say, you can only improve if you try to push yourself to the next level. And I believe this is one good platform for doing it. So to all the speech crafters, whether Marcus, Josephine, or Rachel, just continue pushing on. You'll be there. Brahma, you have to unmute yourself.
Manvi is here from India, but I'm not sure which club. Manvi actually at the closing session, so you joined us a bit late. So anyway, thanks for coming. So guys, one thing we are going to do, I had a discussion with Ansem. Last Sunday, there was an award giving ceremony for district, and our club got about 2 awards. Anand got 1 award, I also got 1 award. And what we were saying is that we will try to have one get-together session, like maybe go to the bird park or someplace, because I can get some corporate passes. And since we don't have, we only got a small number of members, and some members may not be free, we can just go out, somewhere and then makan and then just discuss certain things and all that. Then at least we the bondage and the bond is stronger. The other thing is that I'll be doing a lot of experimentation in the club. You will be seeing me giving different kind of table topics. One thing I realized is that this chat GPT is very powerful. The other day, what I did was, the Edward de Bono has come out with these 6 thinking hats. So I put each of the hats and I asked, explain the benefits of Toastmasters using the black hat, then white hat, green hat, all the different hats. And then it comes out with the answer. And then if you want to do something like table topics for Halloween, it also gives you the topic. Very interesting, right? So we just have to adapt it a bit because it's a Western invention. So they will look at what from an American or Western point of view. So we just have to customize it to our local. So that is a good platform. And as we are all Toastmasters, please make use of Udly. Udly is the online platform where after you give a speech, you will write a transcript. That means you will write your whole script for you and give you the timing for every place, every portion of your speech, as well as identify areas like if you're using non-gender specific words, or if you're using words that have a bias meaning. Like once I use the word, I want to move from being fat to fit. Then they say the word fat is not a correct word. So it gives you some kind of a basis for you to look at your own speech, and also how fast or slow you're speaking and how many pause fillers you have. So all this will help you become better. And I suggest that you all do that. Last year, what I did was I did a video every day. I forced myself every morning I wake up or at the end of the day, I'll do a video and I'll post it. So that was like forcing myself to speak and speak. So as you speak, you get the confidence in speaking and how to see yourself in front of a video. So when after you look at the recording, you will see all these mistakes that you're making in terms of hand gestures or eye contact or even your voice. And then you can improve it, right? So for the next session, I'm just making it standardized because some of you have progressed, some of you are still 1 or 2 steps behind. But I will just say standardized. For the next speech, you should focus on your voice. Use your voice. So what kind of topics are suitable for using the voice is if you're telling a story. Obviously, right, when you tell a story, like Josephine talking about a army experience, They can see how she talked to the recruit, how the private talked to her, how the officer, all different voices will come in. But if Marcus talking about how you talk to his customers, selling a product, or if you talk to a child and or you tell a story, then your voice comes into play. Right? At the same time, Anand can also help me. We'll post some speeches where the speakers actually made use of voice, especially when it's a humorous speech. A lot of it has to do with the voice. How you make a speech very humorous is making use of your voice. Mainly, apart from the content, the voice plays an important part. Right? So we are going to end now. Thank you very much. I've recorded this also and I'll post it. Last week's recording is being uploaded now. I'll upload this also. So thank you all. We'll see you again next week. If you are really too tired and you feel you can't do a speech, try to do an evaluation. If you can't do that also, it's fine. Because my reason is I'm pushing you all is deliberately because I'm hoping all of you can complete your level 1. Because once you finish all the 4, automatically you're considered completed level 1 of your pathway, which means you just move to step 2 already. And you'll feel wonderful because you finish one whole step, right? One whole level. You feel more confident to go and do more. And looking at how you all speak and the way you all evaluate, you are already somewhere there. You're already there. You can do even better by just polishing up. Right. If anyone has no other comments, I'll end the session.